play is absolutely necessary for us as adults who want to live extraordinary lives. Welcome to another episode of the Create, Play, Live podcast. I am Nanette Saylor, your host, and as always, I am delighted to be here and thrilled that you have taken the time to listen in to yet another episode and to follow along on this adventure we call living a creative life. Yeah, so I have created this podcast to encourage women and a few special men, in fact, anyone who'd like to listen, to use your curiosity to lead you to an extraordinary life. Why curiosity? Because as I was studying what it takes to be more creative and why creativity, this energy of creativity is so important, I came to understand that as children, we fuel our creative energy with our curiosity. And as children, we never allow the rules or other people's opinions to get in our way. Our little eyes catch some sparkle and we follow that. We reach out. We touch things we're not supposed to. We play in the mud. We scamper in puddles. We put mom's lipstick on the carpet and the sofa. You know what I'm talking about. We do all those things when we're children. Why is it that we don't do them when we're adults? Well, what I've come to understand is that we don't do them as adults because we've been conditioned not to. So I see it as my role in life to support you to let go of those rules and to give yourself permission to play. That's why I'm here. That's why this show exists. And I really appreciate that you are here with me. So please do stop by the website, see me on Facebook, any of the social media channels. Let me know how this show is impacting you. That's really why I'm here, and I would love to hear from you. So please do stop by and say hello. In the meantime, for today's episode, I was going over some things that I've written over the years. I write over on a blog site called The Wise Well Woman's Way. I've been writing there for almost 10 years. And along the trip, along the journey, I have written a couple of things that really resonated, not only with me, but with lots of other people, and things that are core, in my belief, to what it is that helps us, supports us to be more of who we are at our very best. One of those articles I wrote was titled, Rituals That Work, Superstition or Truth. Are rituals really something that makes a difference? That was the question I asked. Those of you who have followed me for a while, you know that I'm a big fan of journaling. I've been using Julia Cameron's morning pages technique for many, many years. And one of the things I asked myself and continue to ask myself is around this idea of rituals. How do they support us? Do they support us? Is it just a game, or do they really make a difference? So on this particular day, I wrote this article and I took those, as I typically did, I took my journal notes and I converted it into something a little more formal. And I posted it on my blog. And I called it Rituals That Work, Superstition or Truth. And it went something like this. You know the feeling, don't you? You're preparing for a big day or a big game or a big date. And something inside tells you that you just have to connect to that special symbol of support and confidence. Does it work? I was reminded this week about the power of rituals when my daughter shared a story with me about a group of guys who went to great lengths to call in that special juju, they called it, that special power, that mojo, that thing that was going to ensure that they would be successful. They wore specific symbolic clothing. They played music compiled just for the occasion. They even rubbed their bodies with a relic of their previous success. They all participated. They all believed. They all embraced the potential of that power, and they achieved their desired result. So I wondered out loud, was it luck or the power of faith or some rational, reasonable result based on the number of previous attempts and slight alterations that perfected the plan? Call it superstitious if you wish. Just like synchronicity and serendipity, I choose to believe that things happen that I can't explain in rational, reasonable ways when I use physical, visual forms to support my faith in possibilities. It has happened for me, just like it happened for my daughter's friends. Is it silly? Yes, by most people's standards. Am I crazy? You decide. More importantly, is there any harm in carrying a lucky rabbit's foot? Or wearing a favorite jersey on game day? Or always painting your toenails red before you deliver a public speech? And if I feel confident, self-assured, and supported, if I believe I can call on a superpower by connecting to a ritual or object of faith, then why shouldn't I? Especially when I've seen validation with my own eyes. Where does that power come from? It comes from the setting of an intention. By dressing in symbolic clothing, playing custom music, anointing themselves, that group of men focused their intentions on one very defined goal. Every action they took that day was taken with a targeted objective in mind. With visual, auditory, and sensory cues surrounding them, the group couldn't possibly lose focus. So it's no surprise to me that they achieved their goal, and they'll achieve it again and again and again. What rituals do you use in your daily life? Do you have any superstitious habits that you use to support you? Will you share your success stories with me and with our audience? I hope that you will, because I, for one, would love to hear them. And I'd especially like to see your photos too. So that, my friends, is the close of my little story, my little article about rituals. We'll continue this conversation in later podcasts, I am absolutely certain. Know that there was a time that I had no connection to the power of ritual, that I thought it was silly, disconnected, didn't mean anything. And I'm here to tell you that I have seen again and again and again how connecting in a way that brings all of your energy, all of your emotions, all of your beliefs, all of your hopes, channels it into a central vision. That's what rituals do for you. And when you choose to do that, you are successful. So I want to invite you today to consider the possibility that there's a ritual waiting for you to use that will support you on your next project, your next big game day, that next time that you need to stand up in front of a group and you're not as confident as you'd like to be. Rituals have been handed down for centuries. I am so very clear that there's a reason for that. And I want to invite you to try it on and see how it feels. And then please do share with me how your experience is. That's what this is all about. Testing and trying, feeling our way through, seeing what feels right, what doesn't, using your own intuition to guide you, getting more and more connected with the things that serve you, the things that feel right for you, the things that you love. Because it's my belief when we surround ourselves with more of those things and less of the ones that we don't love, don't like, don't make us feel good, that's when we find happiness and success. That's when we discover that we are exactly where it is we're intended to be, and we are thrilled to be there. That's when we know that we are the creators of our own lives. And that's when we step into our creative superpowers. So with that, my friends, I will sign us out for another episode of the Create, Play, Live podcast. Please do reach out and share with me what's happening in your life, what you're creating, what rituals you're stepping into. And do let me know what it is you'd like to hear us talk about. The more the merrier, the broader the conversation, the better. This is all about letting my curiosity lead me to an extraordinary life. And I invite you to help me do that. Bye for now. And until next time, stay curious, my friends. You are listening to the Create, Play, Live show, where women come together to share how curiosity and creativity lead them to extraordinary lives. I'm your host, Nanette Saylor, and I'm honored to share the mic with some truly amazing women who have asked and answered the question, what if we stop adulting and live every day with the curiosity of a child at play? And these enlightening conversations will invite you to let go of outdated standards, make your own rules, and give yourself permission to play more than ever before. You have the power to create your life. Spend some time with us and you'll learn to see life through new eyes and challenge yourself to new possibilities. We may not solve the world's problems, but we will get you to think differently about your own. Come play with us. Listen and subscribe at createplaylive.com.